1. Iris Van Herpen's Bioluminescent Algae Dress, Living Sympoiesis Couture. 2. Iris Van Herpen's Living Dress and the Future of Sustainable Fashion. 3. Iris Van Herpen's Living Couture, Bioluminescent Algae Dresses. 1. Iris Van Herpen's Bioluminescent Algae Dress, Living Sympoiesis Couture. This is truly groundbreaking. Iris Van Herpen's newest creation isn't just a dress, it's a living, breathing work of art made from 125 million bioluminescent algae. But here's where it gets controversial: can fashion truly merge with life itself, or are we venturing into a realm that blurs ethical boundaries? When Van Herpen unveils her haute couture collection, Sympoiesis, tomorrow at noon in Paris, the audience will be treated to a dazzling array of innovative materials. Among them is an incredibly delicate organza, so light and fine it weighs a mere 5 grams per square meter, earning it a poetic nickname Air Fabric. Yet, the true showstopper will be a living look crafted from millions of glowing algae. In the dimly lit space of the runway, one of Van Herpen's signature designs, an intricate pattern that feels both skeletal and botanical, will emit a striking blue light. Under a microscope, this luminous effect comes from a thriving colony of Pyrocystis lunula, tiny single-cell organisms named for their moon-like shape. These microorganisms naturally produce light, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. For Van Herpen, who has long pushed the boundaries of fashion through 3D printing, garments responsive to magnetic fields, and even exoskeletons made from aluminum and carved wood, experimenting with materials is second nature. But this living garment represents a new frontier, a true symbiosis between designer and life form that even she admits surpass her expectations. This has been one of the most extraordinary experiences, actually, I'd say the most extraordinary, Van Herpen shares. It's not just about creating a look, it's about cultivating and caring for something alive. You develop a bond with it, and that connection is truly beautiful. During fittings last Saturday, Van Herpen and her collaborator Chris Bellamy offered Vogue an exclusive glimpse of the piece. The dress and matching leggings were displayed inside a carefully controlled glass box, bathed in the exact light wavelength found 50 meters beneath the ocean's surface, where the algae naturally thrive. A mist of cold steam hovered around the base, maintaining the perfect humidity. In daylight, the pattern appeared milky white with a faint blue hue, somewhat like glow-in-the-dark stickers, but less vibrant. Interestingly, Pyrocystis lunula have their own sleep cycles, similar to human circadian rhythms. In nature, they glow in response to movement or threats from predators. It remains a mystery who will wear this living dress on the runway, or how the model will trigger its radiant flash. Van Herpen and Bellamy first connected in February, 2 years after Bellamy began his research in French Polynesia. He continues to split his time between the islands, France, the UK, and Amsterdam, where Van Herpen's studio is based. Once they decided to collaborate, Bellamy focused on cultivating the algae in a specialized chamber that mimics their natural environment. The microorganisms grow in seawater, doubling in number every 2 weeks. After months, they amass 20 liters, about half a bathtub full. Transforming this liquid algae into a wearable solid involved embedding it into a seaweed-based nutrient gel. They tested around 50 different gels to find a perfect balance of texture, color, and vitality. The forms were then coated with a breathable protective membrane that allows the algae to live and glow. This complex process involved roughly 35 steps and was supported by the University of Amsterdam and the Francis Crick Institute, renowned for biomedical research. After many trials and attaching the glowing pattern to an illusion mesh second skin, they finally achieved success about a month ago. The garments are now kept under meticulously controlled conditions that replicate the algae's natural habitat, temperature, light, humidity, and even their biological rhythms. Remarkably, the algae continue to reproduce within the dress, making it glow brighter over time. And if you're wondering about any unpleasant smells, Bellamy assures, no, it just smells like seawater. If this sounds more like a scientific experiment than a fashion show, that's because haute couture often resembles a laboratory. For Van Herpen, her boundless curiosity and interdisciplinary approach push her beyond traditional fashion boundaries, blending science, technology, art, and design into visionary creations. I believe this is why I do couture, she explains. To evolve craftsmanship and discover new shapes and forms that reflect the era we live in. Bellamy draws an intriguing parallel between this work and artificial intelligence. Computer scientists grapple with complex systems they don't fully understand. Nature is an even more intricate system beyond our comprehension. Approaching nature with curiosity and humility is similar to how we approach AI. It's about building relationships, not formulas. What's fascinating is how responsive the algae are. They dim when conditions aren't ideal, like during last week's European heatwave, and develop what Bellamy calls a real personality. When asked if the algae might resist a runway, he laughs, they can survive 2 or 3 weeks without care, like a pot plant. We are essentially putting a pot plant in a spacesuit, providing life support through our technology. Looking ahead, the future of this living fashion experiment remains open-ended. Some samples have thrived for over a year, glowing happily. When the algae eventually die, there will be a subtle color shift. Bellamy, who studied biodesign at Central St. Martin's before working as an engineer on electric cars and recyclable shoes, made a conscious pivot. I realized the world doesn't need more stuff, and plastics and metals won't help us meet climate goals, he says. His journey led him to the Pacific Islands, where he collaborated with indigenous educators on a luminescent swimsuit that harmonizes with nature. Studying the arts was crucial for me, Bellamy adds. Art taps into emotions, which can drive behavioral change. Working with living organisms reminds us that humans could never create something as complex as a tree, is far beyond our capabilities. This brings us back to the collection's title, Sympoiesis, a term derived from Greek meaning making together. It describes ecological systems that evolve through interaction. Van Herpen's work transcends human collaboration, embracing the complexity of microorganisms. While the glowing effect is undeniably stunning, it's the living essence of the garment that truly embodies her grand vision. It's a metaphor, Van Herpen reflects. We must keep the earth alive to survive, and that means protecting what sustains us. This collection is about caring for life-giving systems, especially the ocean, the planet's largest ecosystem. So, what do you think? Is this the future of fashion, a harmonious blend of art and life, or are we crossing a line that challenges our understanding of ethics and creativity? Share your thoughts below. 2. Iris Van Herpen's living dress and the future of sustainable fashion. Could innovative fashion truly hold a key to planetary healing? Dutch design pioneer Iris Van Herpen's latest haute couture collection dares to pose this very question, pushing material innovation to breathtaking new frontiers. Access exclusive reporting like this by becoming a Vogue Business member, https://www.voguebusiness.com/membership. Membership unlocks unlimited insights, specialized newsletters including beauty and TikTok trend trackers, and invitations to exclusive events. Iris Van Herpen has built her reputation on audacious material experimentation. Her historical work includes garments crafted from unexpected sources like banana leaves and cocoa beans, alongside groundbreaking early adoption of 3D printing. Her newest presentation, Sympoiesis, features radical creations using alternative fibers. Most strikingly, it includes the living dress incorporating 125 million light-emitting bioluminescent algae, https://www.vogue.com/article/iris-van-herpen-living-dress-125-million-bioluminescent-algae The collection also showcases 2 wedding dresses, with one constructed from a revolutionary lab-grown bio-based protein developed by Japanese biotech firm Spiber, a company with ambitious plans to mitigate fashion's environmental footprint. Founded in 2007 by Kazuhide Sekiyama and Junichi Sugihara after their successful lab synthesis of spider silk at Keio University, Spiber now specializes in brood protein. This unique fiber originates from fermented sugar cane. Crucially, the company asserts its biodegradability and recyclability because, through microbial fermentation, it can be broken down into nutrients and reused as raw material for new protein production. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite their promise, widespread adoption of biomaterials like brood protein faces significant roadblocks, notably higher costs, extended production timelines, and limited accessibility. While Spiber boasts collaborations with major brands, Burberry, The North Face, Sacai, it hasn't escaped these industry-wide challenges plaguing material innovators. Many remain frustratingly stuck in the pilot phase. https://www.voguebusiness.com/sustainability/fashion-is-stuck-in-pilot-phase. A Burberry scarf featuring brood protein last October required blending with 62% wool and 8% cashmere, highlighting scaling difficulties. After over 15 years of development, Spiber is only now transitioning brood protein from lab to mass market. Key milestones include launching the world's first commercial protein polymer plant in Thailand, 2022, and establishing Spiber Europe, 2023, to boost regional business development and sales. The science made simple. Microbial fermentation might sound complex, but think of it like brewing yogurt or cheese. Spiber CEO Sekiyama explains, Spiber creates brood protein, a lab-grown material. Remember, your entire body is built from DNA, which is composed of 20 different amino acids. The sequence and length of these acids determine whether they form muscle, skin, or silk. Yes, natural silk and cashmere are protein-based too. We've simply developed a method to produce a similar protein-based material in a lab using fermentation. Origin story. Sekiyama's journey began in high school, inspired by mentor Professor Masaru Tomita, Institute for Advanced Biosciences, Keio University. He showed me how merging life sciences and computer science could solve global crises, food, energy, environment, Sekiyama recalls. This inspiration led him to Tomita's lab in 2004, where he and co-founder Sugihara focused on replicating spider silk via microbial fermentation. After analyzing 1,000 spider species, they succeeded in creating a tiny lab sample in 2007, founding Spiber immediately. Why spiders? Spiber equals spider plus fiber. Lab colleagues noted spider silk's incredible toughness. Pound for pound, it's reportedly 7 times stronger than Kevlar. Hence Spider-Man. Sekiyama laughs. But here's the twist: they discovered spider silk undergoes supercontraction when wet, causing drastic shrinkage, disastrous for clothing. Imagine your coat shrinking in the rain. Sekiyama exclaims. This forced a fundamental DNA redesign. Our current protein isn't actual spider silk, it's our unique DNA sequence, engineered specifically for apparel functionality. High fashion impact. While Spiber previously collaborated with Japanese couturier Yuima Nakazato, since 2019, the Iris Van Herpen partnership marks a significant acceleration point. We strongly believe our protein addresses core apparel industry challenges, Sekiyama states. The lengthy journey to commercialization is evident. Their first product, the North Face's Moon Parka, launched only in 2019. Limited production capacity was a major hurdle. The new Thailand plant changes this, enabling wider material distribution. By February 2025, it produced 200 tons of protein polymer, targeting 500 tons/year soon. International yarn/textile partnerships are also developing 100% brute protein fabrics, expanding reach. The Couture Connection *Spiber actively approached Van Herpen. She's an exceptional couturier, deeply inspired by nature and driven by sustainability, philosophies aligning perfectly with ours, Sekiyama explains. A sketch of her spiber-based wedding dress for the SS26 Sympoiesis collection showcases this synergy, photo, courtesy of Iris Van Herpen. The bigger vision Sekiyama harbors a profound ambition: biotechnology can diversify and strengthen global supply chains, contributing to world peace. But time is critical. Petrochemical fibers took a century to industrialize. We don't have that luxury given escalating environmental crises and global conflicts. We urgently need widespread spiber adoption. Collaborating with high-fashion brands is strategic. It accelerates penetration into complex supply chains. Supply chain revolution Spiber's vision involves creating a sustainable, decentralized production ecosystem for brute protein. This means sourcing underutilized global biomass, like bagasse, sugarcane waste, agricultural residues, or used biotextiles, as feedstock. Billions of tons of such resources exist worldwide, Sekiyama notes. Leveraging these efficiently, without expanding farmland or livestock, allows scaling brute protein for textiles, food, and beyond. Protein's high value and versatile applications, combined with Spiber's optimized fermentation tech, could birth an entirely new sustainable industry. Beyond Thailand and Japan, exploring polymer production and spinning facilities elsewhere will shorten lead times, reduce location dependency, and enhance global material accessibility. What's your take? Is this biotech approach the revolutionary solution fashion desperately needs, or is the scaling challenge too immense for timely impact? Can haute couture genuinely drive meaningful supply chain transformation? Share your perspective below. Comments, questions, or feedback. Email feedback@voguebusiness.com. Further reading Paris Couture Week Cheat Sheet, Autumn/Winter 2025, https://www.voguebusiness.com/story/fashion/paris-couture-week-cheat-sheet-autumn-winter-2025. Celine's Michael Ryder goes for continuity, with a twist, https://www.voguebusiness.com/story/fashion/Celine's-michael-ryder-goes-for-continuity-with-a-twist. Can Iris Van Herpen turn her couture brand into a household name? https://www.voguebusiness.com/story/fashion/can-iris-van-herpen-turn-her-couture-brand into-household-name. 3. Iris Van Herpen's Living Couture, Bioluminescent Algae Dresses. Imagine a dress that's not just a piece of clothing, but a living, breathing entity. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, Iris Van Herpen has made this a reality with her Fall 2025 Couture collection, featuring a living look that incorporates 125 million bioluminescent algae. These algae require the same care and attention as a human being: 8 hours of rest, 8 hours of light, and a calm, cool environment to thrive. But here's where it gets controversial. How long will this dress live? No one knows. It's a pioneering process, and the dress is more of a museum piece than something you can wear to a party. Van Herpen collaborated with engineer and biodesigner Chris Bellamy to keep the algae alive in a nutrient gel, housed in a temperature-controlled chamber. Each of the 18 looks in the collection felt like an ecosystem unto itself, combining science with haute artistry. Van Herpen's wondrous dressmaking defies gravity, provokes deep thoughts about our planet, and lights up Couture Week like very, very happy algae.